Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 7 of the Gossamer Veil. I'm your DM, Katie, and I'm joined this week by our players, same as always, Jillian, Kyle, Mac, and Greg. I'm going to start us off with a little recap before we get started. So, last time, you all have been on a journey from the Amberwater Adventuring Guild to deal with a group of bandits, now potentially a town of bandits, unsure, known as the Boundless. You have been traveling for about 5-ish days now. You passed by a destroyed town that it seemed like the bandits had completely razed to the ground. And then, we lost Mac. Oh well.
Well,
I'll keep
oh,
going with the
uh,
recap, guys. It's fine. We're in recap mode. Uh, You all were still traveling, did some hanging out, getting to know each other. I think you all learned Lamb has a girlfriend back home. We
mhm.
talked about working at orphanages, some sibling talk, just general getting to know each other. You saw the Watchers are still following you, and that it seems like they're following all of you, not just one person based off of your test. That where you had one person go ahead and they kind of split themselves between the big group in the back and then the one person up front. So unsure, but at minimum, they might be following everybody. Then after that, you all came across a veer in the road when a hawthorn tree was in your view. Lamb and Jack were quite adamant that no one should even look at it. You should avoid it. Don't touch it. Don't think about it. We are going to go around it. No one should go up and consider taking a shortcut. It's not worth it. Madden and Kian seemed uncertain about that, but did listen. And you all took the road, avoiding this beautiful tree covered in brightly covered ribbons, and came across a log that was just in the road, very
Mm.
obviously a bandit trap. They did not do a good job to make it look like anything else and were just in the bush right by it and did not notice you all come up. You quickly dealt with all of them without, I think they maybe got one swing, maybe, before you made two unconscious. One was stuck in the lightning lure and one was fully dead. You all interrogated them, got some
Mm.
information about their boss, Diarmid. You at least know he's the big boss. You learned that there are multiple symbols for them, these circular pendants that have different breaks in them depending on how high up in the organization somebody is. This group, they only had 4 breaks on them, so pretty low on the totem pole, but at
Mm.
least better than the rest of the people in the group that did not even have a symbol on them. And after you'd finished questioning them, you decided to leave 2 of them alive, but tied up still, and broke their hands and destroyed their weapons and left them there as you continued on your journey. And as you're getting closer to nightfall, you heard the sound of wheels coming at you, and a man fully dressed in black, full edgelord. We'll just let's admit
Oh,
it,
yeah.
full edgelord outfit, uh, came out of the trees, popped up his skate sword into his hand, and told you all that he was going to kill you because you were bandits, and that's what he's here to do. And proceeded to
He
attack.
said it was time for us to pay for our
It was
sins, which he
time for you
knew
to
were
pay
many.
for your sins, for all your bandit sins. You all fought him for a bit, uh, and Lamb managed to convince him that you all were not bandits by holding up the sigil and scroll that you got from Gwyneth at the Adventuring Guild back in Amberwater. He apologized and invited you to go back to his camp, which you all followed him to, and gave you all drinks. He and Madden got in a fist fight because Madden really looked like he wanted to continue fighting. Madden was defeated, but everyone's conscious. We're having a great time by the fire. It's getting dark now. The sun has, at this point, set, but you still have a bit of time before it'd be time for watch. Uh, Varys is just pulling out his assortment of flasks so that if anyone wants different drinks from the various places that he's got them from, that you are all welcome to it. He sits back, starts working on his sword.
Like, is each one of these flasks like noticeably different? Like he stole them off of a different bandit that he killed?
I mean, that is where he said the one was from that he offered to Jack last time, so it's a fair assumption.
Mm.
But he did also say that he purchased a different one from town, so there could potentially be more that are legally obtained.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
He's just relaxing at camp. You are all welcome to do what you'd like for the evening. He's here if you want to hang out.
Have we acquired a short rest during this hangout?
I'd say at this point, yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
You've been awake
Just
long
in
enough
case.
from your fight.
Well, I didn't. That's annoying. Yeah, okay. I'll just.
I feel so much better.
You feel better now that you're at 7 hit points?
Mm-hmm. Peter, can you move?
Yeah. You're all at this camp. What would you like to do? Anything before we move on to watches for the night?
I do think Lamb will take a little while to find a stream nearby. Assuming Varys is a robust outdoorsman as he seems to be. Lamb is, I'm sure, probably able to find a stream or some other source of water close by. And
Yeah, he
she's
picked
gonna.
a fairly good spot.
Oh, okay, good, good, good. So yeah, she's gonna find a spot at a riverbank and just take off some of the skirts and things that got spattered in blood from the bandit that was killed right next to her earlier today, and just take some time to scrub that out with sand and water in the river. And think.
Um, I think Madden, at least like I think being knocked unconscious, like it was the adrenaline of not finishing a fight, just like stopping mid fight. He's like, can't do that. So I think he's like for that first portion of like this rest, like a lot more chill and more comfortable. And then starts slowly getting more tense and like tapping his fingers on his knee. And then he like pushes himself up. I'll be back, don't wait up. And Madden walks off too, like Lamb does. Not towards Lamb, but will walk off.
Is he
All right.
going any particular direction?
Back towards the road. So in that vague direction.
I think concern's going to cause Kian to go after him real quick.
All right.
Jack is going to drink with Varys. He's going to try and
yeah.
keep his
Nice.
spirits high and
Nice.
try to stay merry while alone.
He'll
with,
he'll
this
tell you about
stranger.
where he got all of these. Like, so this one, all the different towns he's gone to and picked up these different drinks from.
It's like he gets shot glasses at like different like
Yeah.
towns and stuff.
Yeah. But
He's a
these are
collector.
full flasks until
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
empty,
yeah.
and then he'll leave them.
Stops
Uh,
at the kitschy little tourist trap in every town he visits and gets
Yeah,
a shot
exactly.
glass.
It says amber water on it. It's
He
really
has to.
cool.
You have to try out the local mead, guys. How
Mm,
else are you supposed to do it and share it with the random people you find on the road?
yeah.
Yeah. You and Varys can sit by the fire while Lamb is busy washing her skirts. Madam, where are you headed?
Yeah, where are
Uh,
you heading?
Madden gets back to the road and is walking back. He is heading back in the direction of the bandits.
Mm.
Wait
And
for
he's
me.
walking with like alacrity. Like he's
Yeah.
like, I understand the sun has set and I need to move quickly. But if
Ian's gonna
Kian,
try to catch up.
yeah, he is definitely approaching jogging.
Hmm.
Mm.
Might start jogging. Uh,
Kian starts jogging. He starts sprinting.
And a bird flies above you, leading the way.
Bird easily keeping up.
Mhm.
She can fly.
She can. I think it's easy enough, Kian. You got up almost immediately to follow to catch up and run, walk, whatever we're doing to get there. I don't
Yeah.
think you can run the whole way.
Yeah, Madden isn't sprinting, and he's not gonna sprint for an hour and a half.
Jesus.
In his
But
heavy armor.
Yeah.
yeah, he can't. He won't. You could probably do it for an extended period of time, but not that long. He'll sort of glance over at Kian. Feel gross.
Gross. Well, I guess there's a few reasons for that. What do you mean?
It's not even that I let them live when I knew I shouldn't have. It's that I was so easily guilted into it. So easy to guilt me into breaking my oath.
I don't think that was the intention.
I mean, it's not, but I shouldn't have backed down. So I'm going to go fix it.
Yeah, I don't feel great about it the more I think about it. It's no way to leave someone.
And see, the thing is also, it seems worse. What, so some animals can rip them apart, but because some animals did it, I don't have it on my conscience? Fuck that.
Mm,
I don't think they deserve that. I think they deserve to die, but I don't think they deserve to be left to the elements.
yeah, I can see where you're coming from there.
I'm gonna have to talk to them when we get back.
Yeah. I think that's probably for the best.
And then he kind of like focuses in on moving. He's like, and I'm done talking.
Got that off my chest.
I've said the thing I've been thinking. I would like to get to the bandits. So just moves with some speed. Um,
There's nothing on the trip back that's going to stop you from getting
Good.
there. So these two are going to be gone for a hot minute, about 3 hours at least. So I'll go back to Jack and Lamb. Is there anything you two want to do during this very long period where they are gone?
He said, "Don't wait up."
He did say not to wait up for him.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess at least now that Lamb doesn't have blood all over her clothes, she can actually sit and think about anything else.
Jack is sitting by the fire, enjoying a drink with a new friend, and whittling on a kind of reddish baseball-sized piece of wood. It's really starting to take shape.
Lillian, what you making?
Ah, it's a gift. It seems a good night to give it. I just need the recipient to return. Hopefully they'll be back soon. It's been dark for a while.
I sure hope they're not going anywhere close to that hawthorn.
I think we probably have known them well enough over the past week or so to know that's exactly where they're going, at least past it. I don't think there's any worth fooling ourselves over it. The question is, do we go after them, or do we wait for them to come to their senses and come back?
I dunno. It's not like I was there to really say nothing, so I don't feel very right saying much now.
I don't think it's our. I don't think it's our point to or our job to tell either of them how to act. Uh, but we are meant to do a job together, and how we do that job will reflect on both of us. I think that's
No
important to
doubt.
know and to hopefully over the next coming days or weeks come to some sort of understanding about what's to be expected. And I hope that everyone's input on that will be taken as importantly as it should be.
I suppose.
Certainly not for me to speak for anyone but my own self.
Me speaking for my own self, I've not been travelling long as none of the rest of you, so I dunno.
Well, maybe we take that into consideration, or if we decide if we turn left or right at the fork in the road based on reading a map if we've done more traveling, but doesn't mean that your word on how you want to treat other people matters less. You're an equal part of this team, and your voice and word should mean as much whether or not you travel or not. Everybody started somewhere.
I know.
He missed a spot, love, and he'll just prestidigitate a little bit of blood off of her garments. Some stains clean up easier than others.
Oh. I know.
And that one cleaned up pretty easy, didn't it? There's people out there that it's not as bad to hurt, and it's based on what they've done. Those people wouldn't have showed us a spot of mercy had they gotten the drop on us. Once they're
We'll
beaten,
never know now, will we?
well, we were hired to deal with them for a reason. It wasn't
I
because
know.
they
It's
were.
because of the man who's telling them all what to do. It's not because any one of them is all bound and determined to be evil.
No, they've all had a chance to make up their own mind. And I think they should all be given a second chance if it comes to it. Once they're beaten, they're beaten. People can change their ways. Doesn't mean because they've made a bad decision once that they need to be they need to fall over some unrecoverable precipice. We're there to beat them, to stop them from doing what they're doing. I don't think anyone's beyond redemption. But if in the process we fail to show the restraint that we could have, I don't think it's worth you losing some sleep over, Lassie. It's There are going to be some of them that die at our hands because of what we're out here to do. And if that's not okay with you, then need to reconsider what you're doing out here. I don't want anyone to lose their life at my hand, but I took a job that's going to require that they do.
I guess I'll have to find the nerve then. I cannot go back. Not yet.
You'll be all right. You saw the atrocities in the town back a days. Those
Weren't
people,
nothing that those four folk did, nor most of the regular folk involved in their business. There's terrible people at work in that group. I can see that plain with my own eyes. I know that right well.
what were those weapons they were carrying for?
Hurting people. I'm not stupid.
I'm not saying that you are. Sincerely doubt any of them would have shown any of us or any other traveler a bit of mercy had it been the other way around. Not any of them.
Had it been the other way around, that's the only other way anybody out here ever seems to consider nothing. There couldn't never be no other solution besides we fight them or they fight us. Seems like every single person I talk to seems to boil it all down, right down to that and nothing else. Not a single other consideration given.
No, there's another consideration. We saw it back at the town. The only two folk alive back there decided to pay. Decided to live live in fear under these folk that we just fought. They had another option. They took another option. Is their life better? Would it be better if they stood and fought the way that every other townsfolk did? They'd be in the dirt now, burnt by our hand, as we found and swept them up afterward. Is it a better life, a worse life? Or you're going to spend your life, or at least this little bit of time of it, while we're making a fair bit of coin, trying to clean this up and make sure it happens to fewer people?
I don't know.
Some jobs are
Yeah,
more
figure it out.
enjoyable than others. You ask me
Well,
to
look,
you ask me to fell a dead tree. I'll take joy in doing that. It's honest work. It's going to warm someone's hearth at night. You ask me to sweep their chimney. I'll still do that. But it's dirtier and less enjoyable. Good jobs,
still
bad
good
jobs.
work. Honest work.
Jobs that need to be done regardless.
Aye. Plenty of jobs that could feed, house, clothe. Plenty of folk who'd otherwise turn to banditry. I'm not saying I know how to get folks what need those jobs into them jobs. It's more complicated than I've really got to means to parse, but
All four of those people had options to take jobs just like that: felling trees, cleaning out a hedgerow, sweeping a chimney. They they decided to pick up arms. No one impressed them into it. Take no ill view of people who have experienced poverty and find themselves in desperate times. How they deal with it, how they approach that, all of it can be done without hurting innocent people. They could be here, you know, in this camp with us, taking up arms if it's really in their nature. Our friend Varus here, Varus, what would you consider your job to be?
He has been fully checked out of this. He had decided this was not his business. My job is fixing things.
by
Mending
killing
things.
folk.
Honorable work in that is. Varus, you hurt folk that what don't dean hurt.
No, I
How
don't.
do you tell?
Well, normally it's fairly easy. I did apologize. I truly did not mean to attack you all. Usually it's very obvious. when somebody is part of them.
I'm not going to say that Varys nor our friend Madden here have the whole right of it. If I did, I'd be doing exactly what they do. I'm not saying that I've got the right of it or that you do. I'm saying that this is the job we were paid to do, to make these roads safe for people to transit, to travel, to immigrate, to do business over. Some of those people traveling on those roads not going to be good people. Some of them probably should be robbed of their goods. Some of those goods are probably ill-gotten. It's not for us to decide. What's for us to decide is, do we do the job that we've been paid to do, and what care do we put into it?
I'm trying to figure that out. Trying my best.
Varys, you got any mead in any of those flasks?
Oh, probably. He'll start looking and find something that's as close as it could be.
Mm.
Have a drink, lass. Clear your mind, clear your conscience. Get some rest.
We'll see. She'll sip the mead. I gotta know. How is it?
Yeah, I'll roll. I'll roll to see how good the meat is. Trash. Awful.
She barely holds back from spitting it out. She barely restrains herself from spitting it out. Holds it in her mouth, swallows, and hands the flask back to Varys, and sits herself down across the fire from him and does her own thing.
Right. Anything else for this
Thank
part
you.
of the team?
Jack's just waiting up for the other people to return.
He'll make a point. If they don't come back, and I know you all said you like to get up really early. I don't like to do that. I'm happy to stay up if you all need to start sleeping to get up when you normally would, because I will be up anyway.
I've got a few more hours in me. I don't like to get up early either.
I might turn in. I'll be up for Dunwatch, so good night.
Good night, lass.
Right. He's gonna try this meat that lamb did not seem to like at all, and proceeds to pour it out. It's like, that one's not worth keeping. It will.
Wait.
It's not worth it.
Gonna press digitate it and try. All right, try again.
I'll see if it's how much better it got. It was at a 2, guys.
Prestidigitation can flavor any food.
But does that make a 2 become good?
Maybe tolerable.
It's now tolerable.
Yeah. All right.
You can have that.
I won't let it go to waste. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Hmm? He'll continue to stay up with you. Jack, you are welcome to stay up for as long as you want, waiting for these two to return. I don't know how long they'll be.
Don't know either. Haven't decided if it's worth Jack going after them at some point. He's waiting up nervously.
I would say at this point we are at an hour of them being gone. So
Yeah, he's just waiting, but
yeah. We will switch back over to Kian and Madden then. You're on your journey. I assume you two are not turning around. You're just gonna you're getting to these bandits.
Yeah.
I gotta double check.
I got an oath. I got
You got an oath to
I
keep, I know.
I
Can't
gotta
turn
set it
around
right.
now.
You already started walking. Might as well.
If the lady wants Madden to do this, then it seems important.
The lady
Yeah.
gets what the lady wants.
Well, get there. It's a fairly similar scene to what you left a few hours prior. There's two tied up bandits on the ground. You do see some foxes are at the other ones, the fully dead bandits. They are going after them, but have not touched the two that are still alive yet.
Are they conscious?
No.
Okay.
That's probably for the best.
Kian, you can turn around if you want.
He will.
Apologies. You shouldn't have had to wait for this. And we'll um, strike each of the living bandits and make them no longer living bandits. And I think Madden's shoulders immediately like relax. Feels good that they also did not get just slowly mauled to death. So he feels definitely better about his choice to come back. He's like, yeah, they would have been slowly eaten by foxes. Awesome, cool. This is better. This is a kindness at this point. So
In a way, I think you could say that.
yeah. And his eyes land on the tree.
As a
Uh-huh.
kindness, I'm going to remind you two that you wanted to grab their symbol off of
Ah,
them.
Yes.
Katie,
As a kindness.
Greg and
The
I constantly
pin.
are like, we can't forget the circle. And we
I
forget
But
know
the
you have it
tree.
written down and
circle.
everything, so I'm going to be kind.
Thank you.
You
And
can't
I will
think when
also,
that tree's there.
I'm looking up at the tree. I will go and shoo some foxes away from his corpse and take the circle pendant and put it in my bag.
Hmm,
You have acquired a circle pendant.
Hell yeah.
added to inventory.
When
And
we have to,
behind you looms a tree.
and now I turn my focus to the tree, and I think, I don't know what spurs it. Indignance?
Hmm,
I don't know. Um, but is going to just start making a beeline towards the tree.
huh. What are you
Just a
doing?
touch. Just one touch.
Hmm. Kian's following after.
Okay. As you guys get closer, it looks same as it did in the daylight. There's a lot of these pastel colored ribbons on it. It has a few tiny little leaf buds starting to grow. And earlier, you could see that there was a stone structure by it. You can now actually see what this is. It There are these rectangular stones that are like they go a few steps down into the ground near it and lead to a tiny little well. It's more like a pond, but it's a little natural well.
Hmm.
And you see there's a stone nearby it that's hollowed out and has a couple coins in it. And leaning against the stones by the water is this cross woven out of some like grass and rushes. It's this square shape at the center with four arms extending out, and the ends are a little bit flared.
Hmm. Do you recognize this?
You can roll religion for me.
Hmm.
I don't, thank you.
Uh, Nada, you don't know what this is.
Perfect.
Oh, there's a cat in my way. I got an 18.
This is a cross of the goddess Bridget.
Bridget.
She is the summer queen in the other world.
Yes, queen.
Also throughout the area, you see little like sleeping green, orange, brownish colored dragonflies just on the stones and on branches of the tree.
This doesn't seem as ominous as Jack and Lamb seemed to think it was.
No, it seems nice. Madden takes off his gauntlet.
Kian's finding a coin to put in the little hollowed out stone.
You can put a coin in.
If it kills me, you can't tell him it was the tree. You can say it was the foxes.
Hmm. All right.
I'll
let you die
take
with
being
that
killed by
dignity.
foxes.
They swarmed him. It was a tornado of foxes.
It was a fox NATO.
What coin are you leaving, Kian?
I think a silver. That seems right.
Okay.
And
So Madden.
yeah, what's up? I'll touch
What
the
should,
tree.
what should you touching the tree?
Yeah, he's not gonna give it a slap or anything, but he just is going to place his hand against the tree.
Yes, you're gonna place your hand against the tree.
Yes, I place hand on tree.
Kian is watching like intently, like.
Mm-hmm. We'll go from Kian's perspective.
Nice.
What do I
Nice.
see?
Red mist.
Just instantly gone.
Oh shit. You right. Thank you for your time, tree. And then Kian walks off.
That's totally what it looks like when you're killed by foxes, right? You just missed.
Yeah. There's nothing left. The foxes really got him.
They were so hungry. Four bandits, not enough.
Nope.
Kian, you see as soon as Madden puts his hand up and touches this tree, his gaze immediately, his eyes glaze over. It's like he's no longer there. His body becomes unnaturally still. He's just frozen in place, almost like a marionette suspended by invisible string. And Madden, as soon as you touch it, Kian, you see Clover flies in and starts yanking at his hair, trying to pull him away from it. But it is a hair too late to make him not touch the tree.
Uh-oh. We should have
Well, if the
listened to
bird had-
Clover.
If the bird had said no, I wouldn't
She
have
was
touched
she was
it.
too slow. She rolled for it. She was too slow.
I would.
Oh, no.
If she had been faster, I definitely
You
wouldn't
were
have done
too
it.
impulsive. You went ahead of your crowd.
That's true.
Madden, I'd love a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
You have advantage because you have a bird pulling on your hair.
Oh, hell yeah. So I get a +2 to wisdom saving throws.
Uh-huh. You need a 16.
Okay. Both of these dice have been acting up today, so let's see what's going on. That's a pity.
What do you mean?
It's a 15.
Okay.
Close. Almost did it.
Close only works in horse grenades.
It's true.
Yeah.
Can
Red
Kian
mist.
grab him by the shoulder?
You are welcome to start trying to pull him out. Madden.
Out of
Yeah,
where?
what's up?
You can roll, Kian, you can in advance roll me a strength.
Okay.
Like something with athletics, I think would work
Ooh,
to try and pull him out.
Pull me.
Get me out of this. Madden, as you touch the tree, your vision kind of focuses in on it, and everything around you disappears. And you realize that you didn't go anywhere of your own choice, but you are in a forest and everything around you is burning. There's the feel of heat on your skin, smoke is filling your lungs. You can feel the fire going up your body. The earth is cracking and crumbling, turning to dust around you. You can hear distant screams. People, fae, you're not sure. Maybe animal. People begging for their lives, cursing the earth around them and what's happening. And in the distance, in the smoke, a figure wreathed in the golden flames, watching in silence. Kian, what'd you get?
I got an 18.
Ooh.
Wow.
Panic.
Suplexes this man away from the tree.
Len was right. Len was right. Jack was right. Jack was right.
They were right.
We can't let them know. They can never know they were right.
And
You can never tell them.
with an 18, you do pull him away, but you do he does experience all of this. You were able to see smoke had started to rise up from the roots and was wrapping around him, around you, and these bugs start lifting up. I'm going to need, you are both awake and out of this tree. I need a dexterity saving throw.
Bugs.
As these
Okay.
green and orange dragonflies start flitting around, almost they're disappearing in front of you.
Oh, I'm worse at this.
Oh no.
I got 15.
I also got 15.
Hmm,
Well, now
I
I
think that's it.
now I get 15.
That's good.
That's all I can roll.
Hmm.
Well, first, Madden, you are taking 5 fire damage from before you left your vision.
Mm.
And then you are both taking 4. That's already halved from getting away from these explosions of fire that are happening from these bugs as you backpedal away from this tree. Madden, if you look down at your hand, there is a black mark on it. Kind of looks like a thorn is stuck in you. It's kind of itching.
Oh boy.
Nothing that you can't feel anything to pull it out. Like, it's slightly warm, but it's all you notice at the moment. Might be all
What
there
the
is.
fuck was that?
What was that? What happened?
Pointing at the tree. What the fuck was that?
Did you see smoke?
There was certainly smoke. I was in a forest and everything was on fire and I could feel the fire and everyone screaming and there was this figure and it was just fuck, I don't know.
Figure. Yeah. Well, I suppose maybe that was more than superstition. Do you feel okay?
Yeah, I feel okay. He'll put his gauntlet back on.
Your eyes just glazed over. It was strange.
No, I wasn't here. I know that. I was somewhere else.
Clover was also upset.
Oh, well, Clover, you should have told me you didn't want me to do it.
Just calm down.
She just, wah! Why were you so stupid to do that in the first place? I shouldn't have to tell you. Wah!
You should have assumed I would do it. It's like, you don't know me at all. It's like this bird doesn't understand my human emotions.
Can
That's
Kian see
very-
the weird thorn thing?
You could have seen it before Madam put the gauntlet back on, if he had shown it.
I don't think he was actively hiding it, but I don't think he was also actively showing it.
Just saw him go
He
like
probably
this.
he wasn't like, ooh. He
Yeah.
probably like looked at it for a second and then was like, and that's what we hide under the gauntlet. And went to
I'll
put the
let
gauntlet.
you roll perception to see if you caught it before he covered it. Since obviously that's the hand that touched the tree, so
Yeah.
Medical boy would look to see if there was harm.
Sorry, you said perception.
I did.
10.
I don't think you caught the
Mm.
sight of the actual thing on his hand.
Very well.
Well, I guess I did everything I came here to do.
I hope so. I'm afraid what the third thing would be.
You can hang ribbons on the tree, guys.
I don't have any ribbons. You think I have ribbons?
Would it appreciate grass? I don't know.
Don't, first off, Keen, don't touch it. Don't fucking touch that thing.
I don't think I will.
Fuck.
This seems to be some sort of gateway, maybe. I don't know. Kian's already backing away.
Yeah, those dragonflies are not following. They're just continuously exploding around this tree. You just watching these
Oh.
little poofs of fire happen as you back away.
Yeah, that is strange. Why are the
Madden is
dragonflies exploding?
Madden's trying so hard to make sense of this, and he can't. So he accepts that, and I think eventually, like, kind of stands down, and we'll walk back towards the road. I think I'll stick to my opinion on my oath, and then everybody else can have opinions on everything else, and I'll listen to that.
Anything you guys want to do, talk about while you're walking? I know we haven't had our nightly interrogation in a while. You're alone.
Madden will stay, but first off, I want to talk about that. And he like points at the bandits. Don't want to talk about that. And then points at the tree. That happened. That didn't happen.
But I feel like Lamb or Jack might know more about it.
See, but the thing is, like, we tell them like in like a tavern in like a week, after like the anxiety of all this bullshit's over.
I see. Okay, because I'm so curious.
Listen, I think the tree made me hallucinate. What are you gonna do?
Don't touch it.
Yeah, listen, I won't touch it in the future.
I suppose
Or
you have to
maybe
listen
I
to the
was
road sometimes.
See, but
Looks
what
at
if I
road
was
that bends
supposed to
around
touch it though? Like, what if that's the thing? Like, somebody needed to touch it. How else would I
Do
know about
you-
the terrible fire in the forest?
I mean, that's a valid point. Do you think... I don't know what to do with that.
Listen, I won't touch anymore, but like, I won't do it.
Fire has been a bit of a theme recently, so I doubt they're related, though.
I don't know. Is it a warning? Is it something actively happening? Is it just a full hallucination? I don't know. But it certainly felt like I was surrounded by fire.
It doesn't look like he was, does it? Just to make sure. No.
In the moment? Or right now?
Like right now, like he doesn't seem singed anywhere or anything.
No.
Okay.
Well, other than when you were actually hit by real fire from the,
Yeah,
dragonflies.
right. The dragonflies.
And I'll let you give me a perception check for other things since you're looking him over.
Look at me.
Somebody's gotta. Um, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Yes.
What do you see? I don't even know what you'd see, but what do you see? Is he cute?
Guys.
You realize in this moment he's kind of cute for one.
Has he been cute
But
this whole time?
the whole time,
The hair's finally grown on me.
Yeah. Once you get past it, it's an acquired taste.
it's because Clover pulled a strand to the right
Yeah.
spot, and it's finally
Ooh.
clicked. You know,
She did
Uh,
it.
the dirty 20. Looking him over, not singed. It does not look
Mm.
like he was standing in a forest fire, but he in 1 second gets hit by the moonlight in a way where he's just being shown on fully by moonlight, and you see what kind of looks like a heat haze surrounding Madden just for a moment.
Mm.
Just a flash of it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I will file that away.
Perfect.
Anything else? Anything else
I
for your
was
lost back, guys?
I was just in a forest fire.
Yeah, you're just overheated.
Maybe he was.
Madden doesn't have anything he'd start talking about, so Kian does.
Not really.
Jack, do you stay awake for the 3 hours it takes for them to be gone and come back?
Yep, Jack stays awake.
Right. When you two get back, Lamb has already gone to bed. Ferris and Jack are sitting up, just waiting.
Still up?
It's still early.
Yeah. Had to make sure you made it back safely. Had it turned past midnight, would have had to wake the lass up and would have had to go after you.
No
Next
worries.
time, do us the courtesy of letting us know when you're gonna take off for a hike in the night, if you don't mind. Just not to interfere with your personal liberties, but we're all here doing a job together.
Sure, next time I'll put a number on it next time.
Not necessary. Just let us know that you're leaving. Won't
I
He
make
feel
did.
it.
He told us.
Thank you, Varys.
I
I don't
missed
know
that
why I'm
part.
Southern now, but I am. Thank you.
Accents are fake.
I hate it. Accents are bad and I don't like them. Yeah, I'll say it with my full chest next time. I probably mumbled it.
Did you find what you're looking for out there?
I did.
Feel better now?
I do. And he'll sit down with everybody around the fire.
Jack puts the finishing touches onto the baseball-sized thing that he's been carving for a week now, and gonna toss it over to Madden. It's for you. I don't have the tools to fix it now, and I'd probably wait until you had a better maul to fix it too. If a maul is your preferred weapon, but it's a pommel. You put it on the base of your maul, keep your hand from sliding off. Hit with the backside of it a little bit. It's carved of alder wood, the alder tree. It's a pioneer tree. Whenever there's a flood or a fire, it burns out an area, kills all of the vegetation. Alders are always the first ones back. They're the first in to repopulate an area. Kind of like you. You're the first one across the breach. They grow a lot along the banks of rivers, the shores of lakes. It occupy a boundary space between that and this. Kind of how you seem to hold the straight boundary between what you believe is right and wrong. And importantly about the alder, when it's left alone, another thing that made me think about you with it, that seems to be in the time that I've known you. Alder that just grows on its own is pretty average wood, but when it's put under stress, when it's wet, when it's flooded, when you expose it to water, when you expose it to stress, it hardens. It's tougher that way. It's a good material. It'll be a fine pommel for whatever you have it affixed to. Important to know though, alder, the first one in, very tough wood. They don't live very long, so just be mindful of that compared to most trees. I don't know you very well yet, but you don't exactly hide your cards as much as you think you've got deep secrets that you're keeping. I'm not going to say I've known people like you because, Madden, I don't think I have. I don't think I've ever met anyone like you. But I've known young people that have the same bravado as you. It doesn't always end well. So just thought it a gift, something that'd be useful to you. Made me think of you. You made me think of the alderwood. When I saw the tree, knew I had to take the branch, make it for you. I'm gonna get some rest now. Wake me up when it's time for me to take my watch.
Yeah, thank you. And next time you don't have to use such flowery language if you want to get my pants off. And he'll give him a wink.
Jack will return the wink. Maybe a few more drinks. Another time.
Another time then. Yeah, I'll take first watch.
I'm already up. I'm not going to bed.
Then I guess I'll just pretend you're not here.
Suit yourself. Kian, are you going to bed? Are you going to stare these two down and face
Are you going to
fight over first
interrogate
watch?
Madden while Varys is sitting right there?
Interrogate.
I need a third party.
I need somebody here to witness.
Witness. Tell me if he's avoiding my question.
Never mind, it's obvious. Anyways. No. Kian was watching the gift exchange and then goes and lays down.
And they both stay up for watch the whole time.
Yep.
Nothing too exciting happens. You can give me a perception check if you want.
I'd love to. Ooh, dirty 20.
Oh, you see these watchers in the trees so easily.
Hell yeah.
Varys does not seem to notice them. But is there anything you want to talk with him about while you two are hanging out?
Nothing else.
All right. Then Varys chat a bit. Then eventually their watch passes. Varys is going to go to his tent. You can wake up whoever you want.
Yeah. So Madden watches Varys go to his tent after talking and starts doing like an eeny, meeny, miny, mo scenario. between Lamb and Kian and Jack. And just keeps going back and forth between the three of them. And goes over to Jack and like, I know you just laid down. I owe you one. And like taps him on the shoulder. And then Madden goes into Varys's tent.
All right. Should have done this before, but Jack will wake up his familiar and all right. Sweet dreams. He'll take his watch.
That's the last thing they're going to be having.
Boo.
You can roll your perception check for me with Hazel's help. Or you can use her stats, whichever one you're doing.
Oh shit. I don't think it matters very much what I add to them. I rolled a 1 and a 2. Let me pull up my
Oh.
character sheet to be clear on what that
Wow.
means. But
Well, with your 2.
yeah, so that's a 2 and a 3.
Okay. So, I I think that what it is you saw Madden go into the tent and are very distracted by this tent.
Also,
And what you
wasn't
were
expecting to
pretending
be
not
the
to hear.
first one up after I was the
That
last
too.
one down.
This is very throwing you off, I think.
You were the only choice.
The only choice.
You're the only choice.
Glad I'm a judgment-free zone for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now he owes you one. So
But hey, your bird is there with you. She's hanging out. You can only assume that these watchers are in the trees. They've been there the whole time. You're welcome to spend your watch doing what you'd like. You don't catch anything too exciting.
I think he's just gonna pull out his journal / spell book and just jot down the events of the day. He'll probably sketch the hawthorn with the ribbons on it and the little offering bowls at the base and describe in as neutral of language as he can muster the fact that they found this ambush and overcame it, and talk about how they themselves were in turn ambushed by a dude on a fucking sword skateboard. What the hell is that? I barely have a concept of an axle. Yeah, so he just journals until it's time to wake someone else up.
Varys' sword is out there. You can sketch the skate sword if you want. It's there.
Yeah, he would certainly do that.
Yeah. Your watch passes by. Who are you waking up?
He'll wake Kian. Oh, that was a bad
When
choice because he's no longer.
It's okay. He'll be back in a moment.
he can take
You
his
sketch
watch.
this beautiful skate sword.
I don't know where he went.
I don't know either. He just disappeared.
I looked
We
away.
found
There
him.
he is. Oh, he's getting a jacket, I think.
He knew that this was coming and didn't want to do his watch. It's like,
Yeah.
actually, I'm going to keep sleeping. Have fun.
Kian, it's your turn, buddy.
He will groggily get up.
What? Not Madden.
Different order. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, thrown off a little bit by the rhythm of you're going to take a hike, kind of put us out of our normal sorts. I don't think it's a bad order anyways. But I'm going to go back to sleep. You need anything before I go? Pretty uneventful, quiet night, little bit of drizzle here and there.
I think quiet night sounds good. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
All right. Well, Hazel's up there. If you hear her making a commotion, be sure to let us know. Last time she tried to warn us, and I wasn't paying attention.
I will. I'll do my best. Get some rest.
Stay warm.
I'm trying.
Can give me your perception check.
Not one for a 5.
Hmm. What are you distracted by
I
in this
don't
moment?
know.
Is there a project Kian's working on? Is he really distracted by Matt is not out here sleeping? Is that what's bothering
I feel like
him?
maybe he's just thinking about how fucking insightful Jack is, and he's like, damn,
Hmm.
that guy can read it. I don't know.
Just too distracted by your internal monologue.
Yeah. It'd be like that sometimes.
Anything you want to work on while you're up for the next couple hours?
You know it. Kian's gonna make a flower out of some grass.
Beautiful. You make your flower out of grass.
Productive? No, but that's okay.
Hey, it's a nice, quiet night, at least.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty okay out here.
What a relief.
Your watch passes.
Hmm.
You're welcome to wake up the next person.
Guess I'll go rouse Lamb.
Oh, is it time, Jack? Oh, Kian?
Surprise.
What? Hi.
We're a little
Everything
mixed up
okay?
tonight. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Quiet night.
well, when did you and Madden get in?
Was it around midnight, did we say?
Probably like a little before, but yeah, around there.
Yeah. Everything's taken care of.
Oh, okay. Right.
Are you all right?
Well, I've had a lot to think about and probably still got a lot to think about, but if, like you say, it's all done, then guess I won't be so sad to see Tobacco-Virus tomorrow. You and Madden didn't see nothing happening over near that hawthorn, did you?
No, it's still standing there.
Be careful. Right. Hawthorns, they're places to fail tin.
Hmm.
It's easier for to fae to pass through. Hawthorns are places what are important to them. Channels their power, their magic, their energy, their influence. They can look through them sometimes, influence
Oh.
folk. And they get right mad if you mess about with a hawthorn. You hurt that thing, you best believe you and all your kin are gonna be hurting. So just, I know the both of you think that I'm silly, but I do mean, I mean well, and I know what I say.
I don't think you're silly, Lamb.
Well, I'm glad that's one of us.
I've just never had, I guess, that sort of connection with things, so I'm not as familiar.
Well, there's tales and things if you know where to look. Though, of course, I've not been many places to go looking, so glad to tell you what I do know.
Yeah. I'd love to learn more, so maybe I can pick your brain sometime.
glad to help you any way I can. Suppose you best get on and get your rest for tonight's all gone.
Yeah. I'd like to try.
Sleep well.
Thanks.
The lamb's going to bring Mead out. And she's just maybe going to spend the first 15 minutes just hugging Mead. And then eventually we'll allow Mead to go and do their perimeter. And assuming they're going slowly, that means the Watchers are around. So then she can turn her attention to other things.
Mita's going very slowly.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So.
You're welcome to give me a perception check if Lamb's going to.
Yeah.
But she can rely on me just being slow if you'd like.
Nah, that just indicates that the Watchers are watching us. There are other things out in these woods. We've been shown that. So, let's see. Perception, that is 17.
You can see the Watchers in the trees this time.
Ooh.
They're just there watching.
Good. Normal. Fine. Great. Lamb will, once she claps sight of those and determines there's nothing else immediately concerning in the area, pull out her journal and get ready for some more entries. I mean, she might even not be thinking actively about the colored ink thing that she's been pondering over so much.
I will say, I'm going to go off of that perception check you just did. You're 17.
Okay.
Like, even if she doesn't spend the time to read the one that she had just done to check the colors, with a 17, she would notice that not all of it changed.
Okay.
Some of it is still black ink.
Interesting. Is it up to a certain point?
Yeah, for a while,
Or is it just like selective words?
if I'm assuming that caught her attention, she goes back. You look over the whole thing then. For a while, it starts off the same, like the colors are melding together, going from yellows and purple, orange, and blue. And then that melding abruptly stops. And for a little bit, it's just this beige color. And then all black after that. Unchanged.
What is that supposed to mean?
Is the end of your entry boring?
I mean, no,
They start
I
trailing
don't think
off.
so.
They're like, ugh.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's a good spot for us to take our break so that I have a moment to copy and paste the colors over for you so you can dwell on that and see if you think it's boring at that point. Thank you all for joining us. We're going to take a 10-minute break. So go get your snacks, some drinks, and we will see you then.
I have to push the button.
Thank you
That's
for
my
the
job.
You have to do it, Jillian. To take a break.
I was doing other shit. One moment.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back for episode 7 of the Gossamer Veil. We just took our not really 10-minute break. It was a bit longer than that because technology. But we're here. Our party has been at camp, off killing bandits, touching trees they probably shouldn't have, and then returning and having a great time, I think, at camp. Almost nobody seeing anything at all, and it's probably fine. We left off with Lamb. You're doing your watch. You notice that your journal did not change the way that you were accustomed to it changing. And that's where we left off. Is there anything else you want to do, Lamb?
Yeah. Uh, yeah, she's just squinting at her journal for a hot second, trying to figure out if this was. What, did they get bored at that point and then they just stopped reading? That's a weird place to get bored, if that's the case. Who the fuck is reading this?
You
Well,
are welcome to try and roll to glean information about this if
yeah,
you'd like.
she'd love to figure out anything she can about what's going on here, if that's possible.
I feel like this is an intelligence thing at this point.
Okay, all right, okay.
I'll give you investigation for it, so you maybe have a bonus.
No, that'd be incorrect.
Oh, okay.
In point of fact, both get the same modifier, and that is -1.
Oh,
So that's a total of 5.
this is really weird
Yeah,
compared to what you've been seeing before.
yeah.
I think it's really obvious, like the beige color, this brown, is very different from the rest of it.
100%.
Everything else, like the colors have been different, and like as you know, the emotions are tied to it. That where it's swapped feels very strange, but that's all you're getting.
It's almost like somebody else started reading it. It's like it's went from one person reading to somebody else entirely almost. Like it's a completely different emotional color.
Possibly.
Weird.
It's very odd. And then you definitely can tell that whoever was reading stopped. Like the rest of that has not been read because it would have changed no matter if it was this other people or if it is a new person. Like it would have changed to a color of some sort.
So strange. Okay. Well, she's going to like make a little note beside the point where it stops reading. Something to the effect of, "Did you leave off here?" Question mark. Just in the margin, pointing to the point where it changes. And kind of like also does a little arrow at the beige section, like, "How did this make you feel?" Question mark. Different person? Question mark. It's like she's trying to figure this out as well as she can, but God, there's just nothing to go on. So she's going to, I guess, start taking down notes from the day before, and she just does not know. Okay, so if there is more than one person looking at this, then she really shouldn't be talking very much about her friends directly. But she doesn't feel bad about talking about Varys. So she's going to put down, let's see, broad strokes, Banshee talk this morning. She regrets not pushing harder to stay until night. She omits talking about her girlfriend and her siblings and her family with the team. Notes that the Watchers are still watching. and seemed to be paying attention to the group as a whole, not to just one person in particular. Noted that we passed a hawthorn tree, and thank the gods we didn't go near the hawthorn tree. She's so thankful we didn't go to the hawthorn tree. She doesn't even know what might have happened if we had approached it, never mind touched it. Ridiculous. She's so thankful that people are at least taking her seriously on that. And then we'll say we came across some bandits who seem to have set up in the bend of the road around the hawthorn tree. Very opportunistic and pretty mean of them. And really does kind of gloss very briefly over. We hurt some of them. One of them was killed. We got some important information from the others about the Boundless. She worries a little bit about what was done to get that information. And isn't really sure that mercy should have been considered in the vote, considering how it turned out. She'll put down meeting Varys Vane, this black-cloaked murderer on a nigh 10-year campaign of slaughter against the Boundless, who attacked us, thinking us the 4 bandits that we encountered before. He nearly killed Kian and Madden both outright, and could have done so to all of us without very much trouble at all. And there's this bit that she goes on a bit about how she was worried about to see Madden looking so pleased. Talking with Varys, she scratches that out. She's like, right, I'm not talking about that on this. And kind of like notes, not sure if it would do good to ask Kian more about what happened. I can guess. Maybe these folks shouldn't be helping me. Not sure. Closes her journal. Is looking off into the woods.
And 3 pairs of eyes look back from the trees.
She hates that so much. They don't do anything. They just stare. They just watch. And nothing else. And she hates it. It's fine.
Is there anything else Lamb would like to do before her watch is up?
I think she maybe like at some point gets up and does like a perimeter walk around the campsite. If nothing else, see if there were any like stick rings left around. Check and see whether or not it seems like Varys actually is, sleeping in late like he said, or...
He is fully in his tent. Like, is not getting up from what you can tell.
Okay. Keeps walking.
And there are no stick rings that you can see. Just a normal morning.
No. She'll start fixing breakfast.
And the sun rises, guys. It's a new day. You're welcome to have your long rests. Varys is 100% sleeping in. There's no way this man's getting up at the crack of dawn. If you want him awake at this time, you'll have to wake him up.
Madden will come out of the tent in the morning.
Out of Varys's tent.
Yes.
He comes out of Varys's tent. He is also wearing Varys's cloak.
Point of order, if you want Jack awake in the morning, you also have to wake him up regardless of the day. Like, this is mood. Like, same got vibes with this guy.
Good to know.
They're both
that
sleeping
does
in.
mean that Lamb will have been like, I would assume, pressing a cup of coffee into Jack's hands, like last out of most everybody in the group, I have to assume, every morning as she's like just doing the rounds, making sure everybody's got their food.
Oh,
Thank you, lass.
Aye.
I appreciate the gesture, if not the action.
Well, we've long way to go, and I suppose if we're gonna keep up with Clover, we'd best get a move on.
Nah, you're right. We'll go.
Madden will go off, shave his face, and will come back. Uh, Before we go, I think we should all talk. Whenever you all have a minute.
Okay, sure.
As soon as I finish this coffee.
Works for me. And he'll put his armor on.
that should
You
be
got
enough
10
time.
minutes. I was like, you got like 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes is enough to finish a coffee and eat some hardtack.
Madden will will wait to hold counsel until everybody is ready.
Yeah, I think Lamb shows up pretty promptly. Just sits.
Ian's sitting there.
Yeah.
She's just like
Everyone gathers
curled up
eventually.
in her seat.
Everyone
She's got like,
gathers.
she's so big, she's got her knees kind of up around her ears, got her like hands like sitting on her knees.
All right. I really would like to say my piece first, and just to be able to get through it, and then you are welcome to say and do as you please, but I want to get my point fully across, if that's all right.
Okay.
Nods in approval.
Mm. Everyone okay with that? Uh, Madden sort of like, kind of like straightens up. I swore an oath. In that oath, I swore to be a protector and a punisher. I do not think I hold myself to some incredible standard or think myself a god or that my word is law. But God did she came to me and she picked me. She must think I am capable to be this protector and punisher. It's not something personal. When it comes to my oath, I will listen to your opinions. I will hear you out. But in the end, when it comes to punishing those deserving, I am going to do that. Because the tenets of my oath will not come down to a vote. If that is something that we cannot all agree on, then so be it. And we can part ways now, or we can part ways after we are done. But the only person who is going to make me break my oath is me. And I'm sorry if that makes you uncomfortable. But that won't be changing. On any other topic, take the wheel, any other choice. That is yours, and I will put my vote down happily and be content to do as you please if I fail or win. But when it comes down to protecting and punishing, I have the final say on what I do. And I will not force you to do anything either. If you do not wish to kill someone, you do not have to. But you cannot tell me if I can or cannot. I think that's my piece.
I dinna take nae umbrage with that onto broad stroke of it. I do think that you ought to do as your conscience and your God tell you to do. I I will nae ask you even to tell me by what way you decide what's deserving of which protection or punishment. I trust you to understand that well enough for your oath as well. But I also made a promise to protect and to care for, and I'll not put myself in your way, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hear me out, if I'd what I thought was a good argument for someone not deserving punishing as you thought needed it. Just think about it is all I ask.
Listen, I don't think I'm all knowing, but there's sometimes you can just fucking tell. And if you would like me to elaborate in scenario when there is time for elaboration, I will. And if you feel strongly something in your gut, you are welcome to fight for that as well.
Aye.
Is there room for redemption and mercy in your oath? Ever?
Ever. Sure. Do I believe that there are some people who cannot be redeemed? Yes.
Oh, and I agree with you wholeheartedly on that. It's a matter of where we draw that shore, how high the river rises, where the bank lies. That's what concerns me. When we're ankle deep in the rush, is that where the line is? Are we wet at that point? Or are we still mostly dry? Step off, take off our shoes. When the river rises, are we wet or dry? Are we about to be swept away? Or can we step away easily and allow for mercy?
If there is somebody truly deserving of mercy, then they will find it.
Does, is mercy the default position, or must mercy be earned? How many breaks in the rings did all but one of those bandits back there have?
I don't think anybody back there deserved mercy.
I'm not saying I disagree with you, just wondering again, where's the shore?
I'll tell you if I see it.
I'll help you find it. I wouldn't like soggy boots.
Yeah, tell me if I'm drowning. But I truly believe that the world, whether it is through me, through you, through the law, through, a twig you're going to trip over in the road, that everything will find its balance. And if I get lost and I do not deserve mercy for my choices, then so be it.
Well, if you
Balance.
let us be your friends, perhaps you'll let us advise you different path before you take some choices, hey?
Yeah. But currently, if it walks like a bandit and it talks like a bandit,
Well,
I have my current stance.
according to Varys, that was you last night. Till he
Maybe.
apologised. And he did. And I'm not saying he didn't. But he's been doing this a long, long time, and he took you for a bandit right off. And didn't question it. Till we showed him paperwork.
I think the cloak helps a little with that.
Yeah, he felt bad about beating the shit out of me and that my outfit is bad.
Mm.
And he doesn't have 3 worry warts over his shoulder, so I think I'm already got the leg up.
I think.
Just do me a favor. Quit talking like you're pining for a spin-off starring yourself. You're stuck with 3 worry warts. You don't need you running off doing your own thing. Got a job to do. We paid for it.
Well, it sounds like if I went off on my own, I would be dead at the door, so
I think that's a true statement for any one of us.
Big enough, wide enough world to eat any one of us alive. Know what to do me.
So I put this on the table. I will listen. When you think mercy is something on the table, I will look at it and I will listen. But I promise you this. You can come to me if there's something you're looking for besides mercy. I trust you if you think there is someone deserving of anything else. You can come to me. I'll help you. Balance.
I've never had nobody wrong me in that kind of way. I appreciate your support and thank you. I hope I won't need it.
I appreciate your help in making sure that Lamb here doesn't ever need support like that. That no one wrongs her. It's the type of person that I took this job for. She hadn't harmed anybody, and no one should harm her.
I try anyway.
It's the type of person that we did this for, right? Or did we do it for ourselves, Madden?
Oh, all this bandit bullshit's not for me. It's for the little guy.
All right.
Always.
Ian, you have anything to weigh in on?
Not exactly.
So we're all in agreement then? Oh, strange little wobbly agreements, but
I think. And I appreciate it. Thank you.
We've got miles to go.
Did Varys say he was heading back the way we came from.
I think that's what he said. He was headed to Amberwater.
Hmm.
Why?
Dunno. Suppose if he's heading back that way, perhaps we could send him back with letter for Gwyneth. Faster than waiting until we get to post office. A couple more towns further out. He's heading more directly that way.
Could send word about the banshee.
Exactly.
We could just.
Around this time, I think he is waking. You guys are not being the most quiet, I would
Yeah.
assume. This man's tent's not that far. Fuck, you guys wake up so early. Pulling himself out, just in an undershirt.
You're fucking telling me.
Realize the sun has barely come up. Is this like a
Sorry.
breakfast meeting?
We usually have it. Sorry. I usually get started me first breakfast right about crack of dawn, so
Awful. He's gonna walk by Madden and give him a kiss, good morning, and sit down.
Madden just goes red. I think like
Lamb
everything
sees
that
this,
just happened is not real and didn't happen anymore.
Like,
clocks
well,
it, looks away.
Just sits down and pulls out something to snack on. Oof. Not used to this. It's normally like halfway up the sky by the time I'm up.
He does actually have a plate. Lamb did make enough
Oh,
that if he
thank
wound
Of
up
course
getting
She
she
up,
will take the plate happily.
I mean, like,
Mhm.
if there's tents around the camp, she makes enough for tents. But we were wondering, since you were heading back towards Amberwater, could you take a letter first to Gwyneth at the Adventuring Guild? She wanted updates along our way about the situation with the bandits and whatnot, and also any other points of interest along the way, so
Yeah, you said something about a banshee.
we think there's one that's given some trouble to a town a ways back. I know Lamb would have remembered it. I
Altenbeck?
can't. That one.
Huh. You two had talked last night. You said there was a town that was destroyed, and that's the same town.
Aye.
We'll roll something for him.
What do he know?
Okay, I'm trying to be. It's so very honest with you. You think that I'm going to bring a letter to her, and she's going to send a team to deal with a banshee. The guild. You guys are
maybe
much more
that's a
impressive,
little unrealistic.
but I don't even want to go face a banshee by myself.
Right.
It's not just the guild. Town guard. They could levy a force. We've cleared the path between them and the town.
If you've changed, you asked me yesterday if I'd come with. If you've changed your mind, I can take a letter and go get my new sword and drop it off. And I guess we'll see if they can deal with the banshee. I'm not going to stop and deal with the banshee on my own. I will not do that. I have to keep my promise, and I
Right.
will not risk it for an empty town.
Even just letting them know can't hurt, right?
On the off chance that there'd be any people trying to get anywhere out in that direction, at least they can be warned away.
Jack is listening to all of this and eyes fixed on Madden, looking for reactions to whether or not our true objective lies ahead or does helping people extend back the way we came from.
Tell me more about this town. There's so much information about these banshees out there. Like, is it just a destroyed town and one showed up? What happened? Do you know what happened?
Banshees, multiple, plural.
Okay.
Sisters are saying there's word about many of them out there.
I mean, they show up. It depends. They have
Never.
For
like certain people that if they're going to die, they show up because those people are going to die. So somebody in that town was probably related to one of those people, and then they were going to die, or they probably are dead, and they're just still there. The
Odds are,
banshee's not left.
odds are, there's not much left in the town. Structures, there's some left. Some structures, some rubble. There are two folk we saw. Good folk. We've run across them before. A baker and her son.
Hmm.
Uh, honestly, I think that. Never mind what I think.
Yeah. If you know like what destroyed the town, that might help as
Oh,
well.
we're fairly certain what destroyed the town
Oh,
was the same bandits that you and I are all after.
the
these
bounty hunters.
motherfuckers.
That
Okay.
They'd a
doesn't mean they
mage,
didn't leave
a fire mage with him.
That's true. Important detail that I left out.
Okay, that's one of the higher up groups, I'm pretty sure. Ugh, they're the other way. They're
How
not going to be this.
many hashes were on to sign that they'd marked
That's a
around
good
the
question.
town? Was it 2?
Yes, it was 2.
On to side, to left or to right?
This is the right side.
To right side.
Yeah, those are fairly high up people. That means well, they're probably going to come back this way. Interesting.
And
Okay.
back towards us
Well, I
from the
caused
east where we're heading, or
where you're headed because I caused at the slope. I think they'll start heading this way again. I hate to put myself out there and see about potentially coming with, I think you will all die if you face them.
But
it's a
if it's
proposition for the group.
Because
Unless you had something else to say, Varys.
I just know a bit. I've done so much reading since I've started this, and banshees. If we find the ones that did it, we can get rid of the banshee that way because they'll be happy because the ones that killed it are the people are gone, and that's much easier than me going and killing a banshee by myself. I'd rather go deal with the problem of the people that actually deserve to die. The banshees are just doing their job, and I'm not really against them, but
I see what you mean.
I understand if there's not really a warm welcome still from some of you. I did attack you, and that's on me. I understand. Happy to continue on my way.
Well, you carried varying levels of booze and you shared them. You're fine in my book. Proposition for the group, Varys included. Rather than continuing our march east at this juncture, if you think they're marching west again to revisit the village, and you think that the destruction of those folk of the offenders, well, I'm sorry, I'm suddenly distracted by noises in my head. Um,
Is that the banshee?
It's a banshee!
and you think,
Wow!
and you think the destruction of the offenders will clear the banshee, release the banshee from its bonds. Why not set up here, make a trap as they do, catch them unawares, and take them? Hopefully, clearing up the banshee. Hopefully, furthering our cause. We'll have a defensive position.
It might take a little time for them to show up here.
Well,
So,
The thought where if you know where to find him, we'd take him there as well. But you seem convinced we'd die if we did so.
just a little concerned. I just, I feel like I almost killed you.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Weren't
I
expecting
could've-
such a sweet board for sure.
I think I could have. I had like another 12 seconds in me. That would have been fine.
Sure, you would have. Ah, we can test it again.
We've got aligned goals. We stand shoulder to shoulder with you. Surely we stand a better chance.
Yeah. He's gonna sit and try to do the math of how many days he thinks the next town is away. Just, I feel like, okay,
You could definitely use the help tracking them.
they'd probably head this way in general. So there's like one main road that they spend a lot of time on. So they probably aren't off in random directions from there. I expect they're either at their main camp and would need to come back all the way from there, or they're at the crossroad town, Crossbower.
Crossroads, bad omen itself. Is that where we want to have a fight?
Oh, we wouldn't fight in the town. That'd be so many casualties that we do not need.
Decidedly not.
But plenty of road in between here and that town, or the town and where around their camp is. I haven't been to their town. We'll be fully honest.
I'm fine to keep marching. I just don't want to be caught unawares again by someone who can do a better kickflip than you on their sweet sword board.
I think you'd have to go back to my home for that. Haven't found anybody else yet. But you're welcome to try it out if you want. I don't recommend falling forward, but you can try it.
Sober up a bit, maybe later. I need to be entirely more sober or entirely more drunk than I am at the moment to try and skate on that deck of yours.
I've got a few days. And
Winks at Madden.
Martin's like disassociated. Ben's gone. Ben's no longer here for this conversation.
Lim's a little bit in that space as well.
right, well, if you have a note, I think I could send it that way. I just need to run out, talk to the lady for a little bit, and I think I could get a letter sent over there for you if that would help.
Perhaps.
Rather than me passing the problem and
Okay, sure.
Fine. Can we set a place to reunite? Compare maps. Do you have a map on you?
I'm gonna roll a luck check to see if this man has a map. I kind of grew up in the area. I've just I haven't really left too much. It's just kind of all up here after these 10 years.
I've never carried a map either. But we have one. Do you want to show us where you'd like to meet us on the map
Oh,
that
I
we
wasn't
have?
planning to go anywhere.
I thought you wanted to
I
kill
was
the
just
same
gonna-
people we want to kill.
Are we doing a thing where you go off ahead and I follow behind or something?
I thought you had to meet someone to pass the note. That's all.
Oh, just have to take a few steps away.
Oh,
I mean, you could run
misunderstood
away
then.
in that time if you truly don't want me around. I understand.
I misunderstood. Apologies.
Madden's gonna start eating breakfast.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, well, great.
Had your meeting. Time for food.
Meeting is over. Varys is coming with us. Great, good. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna eat breakfast now.
He'll finish up his breakfast while waiting for the note. Should get there a few days, probably.
Yeah, if we die, we don't really get to solve the problem. So
much rather live.
You all are so much prettier alive. I was going to be really bummed if I had to take out this pretty face. You know? It's the worst.
Madden's like, wow, breakfast is so interesting, and I'm super
Look at
into
this
it.
plate of food.
Jack's
Wow,
like,
she's
yeah,
Lamb, just
yeah, I know
dial
I'm
up
pretty.
noises.
Jack's like, yeah, duh.
Jack knows he's beautiful. Well, Lamb, you write up that letter. He'll go put on his armor because it's going to take a little time,
Yep.
as one does.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
you can send me specifics of the letter later if you'd like.
I will do so.
I'm sure it's just a brief overview of the events of the past sessions.
5 days, 6 days, yeah.
We're on day 6, guys.
We're on day 6, y'all.
We are on
You're doing it.
So, it's just a summary of the very broadest strokes, the most important stuff. I don't think she bothers mentioning the Watchers yet. We don't know what the fuck they're about, and that seems like nothing Gwyneth can do anything about. So it's mostly just updates about the bandits and bandit tangential stuff, i.e. the Banshee.
Got it. All right, give me like 5 minutes. He'll take the letter from you and goes off into the trees out of line of sight for just a bit.
He just throws it really hard.
Just
Turns
yeets it
a
into the
paper
forest.
airplane and just
And it flies all the way to amber water.
it flies away.
I was gonna ask how he's sending this letter.
He's with his strong
Paper
arms.
airplane.
Hmm.
Do you not know
He's
paper airplane paladin magic?
He's gonna punt it. He's gonna give it a good kick, and it just fucking goes.
It goes.
It's like
It
paper
gets
football,
there.
but
Well, that's a first.
Mm. Dude's got like a 20 strength. Like, this man is beefy.
oh my god.
Based on the damage he was doing with his punches compared to the damage with my punches,
Oh god.
he at least has an 18 or 20 strength. So
Holy shit.
He might have had
Oof.
a really good set of stats when I rolled them.
he might just be really good. Yeah,
He might just be
he's very
kinda good.
strong. His strength is at least one of those.
That makes sense.
He'll come back after a few minutes. Starts packing up his tent and everything. Right? I'm assuming you guys aren't going to let me just sit around for a few hours and wait for it to actually be daylight before we start going. So,
Well, it usually depends on when Clover wants to go.
well, he'll sit and wait for the bird to move. If she's in charge, then.
Certainly seems like that's she's been setting our pace pretty quick.
Lean down to her. Miss Clover, would you like to leave? Give her some bread.
She can be bribed with bread.
Madden trying to wait it out and then gets up as he starts moving.
And then she gets up. Oh, you're definitely right. It's definitely her that's leading it.
Mhm.
She's like, I have to follow my son.
Mhm. And then does proceed to be in front. but-
Yeah, she's like, it's him. Goes to the front.
No, it's my son.
This way.
He's the leader. Flies out in the front.
Honestly, I'm fully ready to just get to like this bird's stash. Like, it's not even related to Jack or Diddley. It's just like, guys, I've been trying to get you to my sweet hidey hole. Look at all these little tchotchkes I stole.
Wow.
I just
Worth
have
it.
this trunk full of buttons.
She's like, look at this.
Look at
Some
this
Boo
tree
Radley
trunk.
shit. Just like, look in here.
Look at all my cool stuff, guys.
Guys.
So there's not any bird envy. Jack will summon Hazel back into little component pouch.
Good idea.
Too many birds, one party. Can't have
She'll
it.
get so jealous.
You know Clover.
You see for a second Clover is about to dive bomb Hazel.
She's like, I'll get her.
She's
Clover,
in my
no.
face.
It's not
Yikes.
worth it, Clover.
You all
Nice.
start your 6th day of walking. It's a little windy. But-
Windy.
A little windy.
Wimpy.
Got some clouds in the sky.
Mm.
Eat funkin'
For a
windy.
while, Varys is in front, like following the bird on his skate sword, and then realizes that you guys are walking way slower, and just gets off and starts walking. Ugh.
We said she sets it pretty fast. Sorry.
She doesn't. I was keeping up, but you guys aren't.
We don't usually run.
We don't have the wheels.
I did offer.
All of us on a skateboard together. Let's go.
Yeah, just all of
Everyone
us
squeeze
tandem
onto the
skateboarding.
skateboard.
Gonna need a really long board for this, guys.
Probably a broadsword board as well, given
Sword
Lamb's...
boards a long way.
You guys aren't getting a cart ever. You're all getting skate swords. It's
Wow.
happening.
Perfect.
Hell yeah.
No horses, nothing.
We don't need them.
Skate sword.
All skate sword.
I'm here for it.
He'll happily walk in front, though, with whoever's actually doing perception. So he's like, I just did this yesterday. So
I mean,
He's backtracking.
True.
I know
Madden will help
Lamb.
somebody with perception if they are so inclined.
Varys still has to do perception, though, to see if he sees these watchers. God damn it.
Lamb is going to peek around. See
Yeah,
what
I'll
we
give
have.
Lamb the help action then.
Oh, thank you. Oh, the better one's a natural 20.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Oh, well,
Worth
then
the
you
help.
definitely see the watchers following along in the brush. As they do.
Does she see Varys see them?
He is eyes forward. He does
Mm.
not notice them. And eventually, Lamb, since you're the one watching out, you'll be the first one to get eyes on the slope when you guys get there.
Okay.
Like, you can see the tents coming up at the edge of this cliff. And at that point, he'll go over to Madden. Do you think I should lead her away from the bodies? Like, you could,
Madden's
make
going
sure
to like,
she's not able to see them.
Madden like steps forward and like walks with Lamb. Lamb, I want you to keep your eyes on the road, yeah?
On
We're about to go by the slope.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
I can
you.
do that.
Good. Somebody has to keep an eye out.
Right.
Eyes
I
forward.
can do that.
And Madden will walk on the opposite side of her, the side where the slope will be, so that
Mhm.
he's like a bit of a barrier for that.
Yeah.
So the slope, it's kind of like one of those just pathways down between two cliff faces. It's not that big of a drop, but it is definitely a choke point, which is fairly obvious why the bandits chose this place as somewhere they would take up. So you're getting up there, you see there's a camp at the top on this left-hand side. Very clear, stale scent of blood in the air. Just kind of just lingering there. And you are welcome to make perception/investigation checks to look around as you guys go by, or if you want to
Mhm.
look closer at anything.
Lamb has
Ian's
her eyes
gonna-
on the road.
Check it out as they. Oh, I don't know if he is.
Yeah.
6.
Ooh. 19.
Better sure to get their coin off them.
Oh, yeah.
right. And Jack's just gonna keep walking.
Yeah, he's like, well
Like nothing
then.
for me here.
And he probably already took all their booze. What's the point?
Well,
The
we already discussed
19.
that he took their
Oh,
booze.
We already know this to be true.
19. So I think our next highest was a 6 because I don't think, Lamb, you were looking at any of the stuff.
I
Yeah,
was
well,
watching the
you're
road.
watching the
I'm
road.
watching the road.
You're doing your job. So, Madden, you get to see all the things though and make
Good.
the choices.
He wants to.
Yeah. You, as you are walking down, you see there are multiple tents. They found those cliff faces in between on the slope and had different setups along there for posts potentially where archers could have been.
Mhm.
Varys, I never went through any of their tents. I kind of just dealt with them, so I don't know if there's stuff in there, but don't know if you want to stop. Well, eventually, as you're getting near the bottom, you will see along the edge of one of these sheer faces just a pile of bodies. Quick, the 19. You can easily see there's around 18 there. And there's some kind of marking with blood on the wall above them. You also catch that on the other side, leading into some more bushes and trees, definitely an obscured area. You do see cart tracks going behind there. But you would have to go look to see what that is about.
Is there you said you didn't look around, but there's a cart over there? I see tracks.
I've never looked around. I do see what you mean now, though. Huh.
How close is this to the body pile?
It's opposite sides. So he put the bodies
Okay.
on the left hand side along the cliff. This is going around the right hand cliff side. So there's a little bit of an
Okay.
indent where
So
the
I don't have to
bushes are
feel
wrapping
bad
around.
being like, Lamb, stop and look this way.
Like
Turn your
you
body
could
this way.
you could push her that way without worrying about running into the body pile. It's opposite direction.
Do we want to check this out? It seems that there's a cart pushed off to the side out of view. And I'll angle Lamb in the correct direction so she doesn't do a look both ways.
That's appreciated.
This way.
Full
Oh.
blinders.
Oh, probably might be worth a quick look on off chance. I suppose if there's any sign of, I don't know.
Yeah, let's go take a look. And he'll look at Varys. Also, do you think did any of them have the circles?
There might have been. I don't normally take them off of them, but I could go look.
Would you mind?
No. You all have fun with your cart.
Yeah, have fun with your hunt. You wanted to say have fun with your pile of corpses, but you decided not
He
to say
knows.
that.
Yeah.
He did put them there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm aware that there's a big pile of corpses.
I'm aware of
I
my
put
pile
them
of
down.
corpses.
Yeah. So Madden would take the team if they were so inclined to go check out this off-road cart scenario.
Yeah, it
Sure.
occurs to Lamb that if this was brought here after Varys came through, it could be sign that bandits are trying to come back through, maybe take something of importance, or maybe come back, left the cart,
Yep.
went somewhere else.
You go through this brush and it's clearly set so there's an alcove into the mountain face. There's a little inset area. You walk. There's so many carts back here, dozens.
Oh,
Yeah. Like a cart graveyard.
Oh,
But there is one that has stuff in it.
okay.
You're
What?
Jack will
welcome
take
to
a look at the
investigate.
cart with stuff in it and see if he can figure out where it came from, and based on what it's hauling, if it's hauling things that clearly come from the direction we're heading, or that clearly come from the direction we're heading from.
Yeah. I'd love general investigation checks from people for
Uh,
this.
I'll
Like, you'll be
give
able to find what's in
somebody.
these bags easily, but
I'll give somebody the help action. Whoever wants it.
I'll
Well,
take it if you're
I'm.
giving it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you, Jack. I'm not
yeah.
rolling investigation.
hmm.
Oh, much better. Thank you for the help.
Yep.
18.
18. Okay.
4.
Lamb, there's a lot of cards here. Hey. Uh, Jack, this cart, it does not look like it belonged to any specific person. You're going through this, and this is just a hodgepodge of stuff. It's clearly not one specific trader's stuff. They were just potentially loading this one up
Mhm.
with everything that they've gotten recently. You find furs and spices and like 4 cases of wine. There's a bag of jewelry, bunch of really simple armor and weapons. You find a bag of gems, coins, some what you assume are potion bottles. There's just a ton of stuff. And with your 18, you also notice that there definitely were hoof prints right here that were attached to this cart very recently with how these tracks look, and they left, going towards where you are all heading.
All right. So this doesn't look like something that was taken off of the poor, unfortunate souls that these people accosted. It looks like this is the cart that they used to potentially amalgamate their ill-gotten gains and take it off for whatever sale or distribution that they see fit. Hear me out. Could be valuable to us. Madden, yesterday, someone struck you. Why'd they strike you?
Because I looked like a bandit.
Well, wouldn't a cart full of ill-gotten gains help us all to look a lot more like a bandit, including little circles you might be taking, maybe robes we could find from around here? We want to get past any bandits, or catch them unawares. Maybe we take this cart with us. Be a lot easier to do if we had a horse, but
We mean,
that might not be an option immediately. But there'd be places along the road we could stop in hamlets and cottages and maybe barter for a horse with some of this gear here. But
I'm not the fastest. I could carry the cart at the front. Wouldn't be like a horse, course, but I could carry the cart.
a wee lass like you carry a cart of this size,
I done it before for my papa and my da.
but you're so small.
You're very silly, Mr. Jack.
Just a thought. Do we want to drag this along, making it look like we might be some of them to catch them unawares?
If it'd be useful.
Might be useful things amongst these goods, and I'd prefer to see them return to the people whom they belong to, but also,
I don't know what the chances of that are.
Kian, elaborate, please.
How are you going to find all these strangers?
Oh,
Clothes.
no,
You don't even know
just
where they came.
probably not to the individuals they belong to, but wealth can be distributed in a way that makes people whole again. Give them to a town, let the town spend the money from the sale of the goods to make people's lives better. I'm saying money is
Mhm.
fungible.
That I can follow.
Sorry, over the table. Can you not turn into a horse?
I mean, technically speaking, oh god damn it. Yeah, you're right, I can.
I
Uh,
thought you were gonna say I could turn it.
guys, I've been awake since
Hey.
7 this morning. I'm tired. I'm
Hey.
so tired, and I have not played a druid before this.
Over
Would you
over
like
the
to be a
table.
horse?
Over
I
the
can,
table.
in
Mac
fact, be a
doesn't have to be
horse.
a horse for
I
indefinitely.
can also be an elk. I could be a horse or an
And
elk.
it's
What do
only
you want?
you only can do it for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like, at this level, it's not like
That's
it's all
true.
day.
Hmm.
No, but
And if we
it'd be
can't
an
find
hour.
another horse, then we can.
Yeah. Then I can carry it. Or
then
use
you can
another
just walk
wild
with it
shape.
like a person.
You know, I have a few uses of wild shape, so it'd be at least, I think, 3. Is it 3 right now? 3 or 4?
That sounds
Huh.
like a lot. I think you
Yeah.
have like
Is it
one.
2?
You have 1, maybe 2. For wild shape?
Oh,
I was
it's
just
2.
like-
It's 2.
You don't get 3 for like forever, or
Huh.
if at
I'm
all.
not
It's
good with
crazy.
For all I
numbers,
know,
guys.
it's only 2.
Yeah,
It is 2.
the hours increase, so you can like
Yeah,
do it
the
for
hours
longer.
get really long.
But
Okay.
Being a horse at the right above the table, being a horse at the right time might be more important. Like 2 of us could drag this cart, or we
Mm.
could just buy a horse for not that much money.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm saying to get us to
Yeah.
where the horses are.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
would be a lot
Yeah.
faster than us pushing it. Not
Yes.
that this is
Yeah.
our permanent horse scenario.
Okay.
No, I will not become the party horse.
That is not the intent. It is to get us moving.
Lamb will not become the party horse, I promise.
Again, there might also be useful things amongst this. Seems to be some jewels here. Those will be helpful to people, but if there's a weapon or something among here that maybe somebody can use in case we run across the people we seek, I haven't looked too closely.
Well, I guess we have time to look it over if we're taking it with us.
It's true. And
Maybe we can find you some nicer armor.
See, but if you guys want me to be the fake bandit at the front, I probably shouldn't put on nicer armor.
I think we should all look worse than we do. I think we should have raiment of the people we seek, even if those of us that wear armor we just put it over it. We should look like them.
I probably best give us time to arrange and make it a quick affair if we can.
Let's get it moving then.
What do you think of that, Varys? If we had a looking glass and you saw yourself dressed as a bandit, would you attack yourself then?
Varys is dealing with bodies.
Yeah,
Who
he's
turns
back the
around?
other way.
Lewis?
He's pulling apart a pile of corpses right now, checking all of their clothes
So helpful.
for symbols.
I think Lamb like glances at Jack and kind of like starts to glance the way he's looking, and then she's like, "Oh, nope, nope, nope."
As man
you-
looks
you-
over his shoulder, Bay. Oh,
So you can be a horse or
Actually, I can do a horse. I can be an elk. Horse would probably be best for carrying and such. So,
it's up to you. It's, I suppose, your body?
it's true. It's my wild shape. So, yeah, she'll
It's your wild shape.
she will go ahead and make use of her wild shape here, assuming like we're pretty much ready to go. She'll turn into a draft horse. I think similar to when she summons Mead, since it also comes from her wild shape, she also reaches up and takes hold of a couple petals from the same flower on her staff, and instead of kissing them and blowing them away into the wind, she rolls them very quickly into a little ball between her hands, and then smears that across her face and down the sides, and her face lengthens and her form shifts, and now we have horse.
That was rough. That was actually like rough to look at.
She whickers apologetically.
It was the face stretching part for me, but
Jack will give her
She
a
kind of like
reassuring
gives
pat.
him a gentle, like apologetic nudge with her snout.
Jack will give a reassuring pat upon the withers to Horse Lamb. And
Horse lamb.
Mm-hmm.
does Horse Lamb appear with like a bit and reins and such, or do we have to like
right. I'm
find that?
assuming we have to do that part.
Yeah, I don't feel
Yeah.
like wild shape entails
It does not.
accoutrement. I feel
They're
like
not
you
included?
appear
But you
au
are
natural.
just into your form, so I didn't know if it could be reshaped to fit the task.
I feel like this is very druidy in that I think if you are wild shaping, I feel like clothes are fake.
Yeah.
And that
Unless
includes
you, I
horse
think, have the
clothes.
bridle in your mouth before you shift.
Yeah,
Right, then you can
you
turn
gotta
into
like
guys.
have the bridle in first and then turn into the horse.
But we need to have a whole consent
Put
conversation
the
about
saddle
that
in
before
your,
that
on your
happens.
back.
Mm,
Madden will help lead
How
Lamb
strange.
Horse,
Mm.
so that also Lamb Horse does not have to look at the pile of bodies. So
This
he
is
can be
helpful
like,
and appreciated. Lamb
Let me
horse
lead you out of here.
does like that.
good idea. You guys get that all set up. Ferris will meet you along the road. I found one more with 4 brakes on it for whoever wants it. I don't want it. And they'll hand it to Kian because no one says anything.
Is the one we found before 4 breaks?
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Okay.
have 2 that have 4 breaks on them.
Yeah. No one fancy was at this slope.
Nope.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
well-
They were kind of easy to deal with.
Yeah, Jack will go through the tents and see if we can find change of bandit clothes, like as many.
You can find bandit clothes here. Yeah.
Okay, I was
Nice
preferring to
cloaks
find
that you
ones
guys can
that-
throw on.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cloaks, maybe like a hat or a helmet, you know.
A sweet you guys all have bandit hats. This isn't
We all gotta
bandits.
have the uniform bandit hats, you guys.
We
Yeah.
all
It just
have the
says
hat.
bandit.
We all have the
Trucker
outfits
hat
now.
with bandit on it.
It's
Hell
gotta be
yeah.
like
They're
the
just-
little bicock.
Mm.
No, they're red ball caps and they say Mappa and make pillaging
No.
great again.
No.
No.
Boo.
So we continue down the road.
Yes, we do.
Continue down the road.
Lamb is a horse.
Lamb
is a
You have
horse.
bandit outfits. It's a
Mhm.
great time.
It's a grand time.
You know what? We're gonna get through real fast stuff because we were gonna skip time today.
Woo,
We're
let's
skipping
go.
time.
Ooh, we're
We're-
skipping.
We're not starting with you all being on this same day. Hey, so we're gonna skip a few days real fast. Hey,
Oh,
Ooh.
hey, during the next few days of travel, we're gonna pass a ton of bandits. They are everywhere. Hey, they have these little pocket camps. It's just these small, like either they have a badge with 4 breaks on them, or they're nobodies at all. There's nobody that impressive that you're gonna come across during this stretch.
and these are all bandit camps that have been cleared out previously by Varys.
No, these ones are refilled already.
They respawned?
He told that they pop up like daisies. They're everywhere.
So many.
And I'd
So we
love to
sneaking
hear-
past them or are we killing them?
Up to you. I am happy to take fun little things of how everybody deals with these bandits because there's no way this team doesn't absolutely obliterate them if they want to. So you are going to pass multiple of these. So if Varys is at the front ever during this, he will kill them all instantly. There's no question
Yeah.
about it. Just takes a sword, will smite them, knock them down when he's up there.
I think all Lamb is doing in these scenarios is trying her best to keep a lookout for anybody who looks like they have the spark of redemption in their eyes.
Who has the spark of redemption?
She's doing her best. She's trying, and like legitimately, if it seems like these folks are as rough as it sounds like they are, she does not make protest with how we handle them. But you know,
Yeah. At the moment, these are all people that are actively, like, when seeing cart come down the road, are going, even though you're dressed like bandits, do jump out making threats.
oh,
It-
okay.
like, at the moment,
Okay.
if one of you who have this crest on decide to show it to them, they would, be like, oh shit, my bad. We're from the same team, but
Yeah, I'm saving that for big boy scenarios. Matt's
yeah.
not just wearing that for these assholes. He's
No.
like, I'm not wearing this gross pin for these dudes. Show me a fire mage.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm.
You're all welcome to say that you did cool things to kill bandits if you want.
Sure, I plan to be cool and kill bandits. Madden
I
is
am
not
always cool,
Oh,
First off,
especially when I kill bandits.
coolest when killing
right,
bandits.
right.
I think besides we've all seen Madden kill a bandit. We've all been there.
Mm.
Um but I think I just want to preface, like, definitely the I suppose the no leniency concept of it that Madden is currently going with, unless somebody's like, the spark of redemption in this man's eyes, look
Yeah,
at him.
yeah. That's where Lamb is leaning in. Like she's trying to find this spark of redemption so she can jump in. Like, wait, that one.
But I
The
think,
rest of them have it, but that one.
because I think it's inevitable, especially because Varys is here, that there are bandits who are gonna run.
Yeah,
And
probably.
And they chase them down together.
wow. Boyfriend, stop it. He is going to use his channel divinity on some, like, running archer, and, like, will tell him to heal, and his speed will be put at 0 so that he can't run, and Madden will close distance this guy who was running, and end him swiftly.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing a fucking bandit killing montage, then I think
Yeah,
we've
this
all
is a
got
montage.
moments. Like,
That's
I
what we're
think that
doing.
You get
Yeah.
a moment. You get
Yeah.
whatever moment you want.
Lamb has so many moments of hitting people over the head with her shillelagh.
Nice. These little bonks.
Just an
I don't
edit
think
of bonk.
I'm not sure.
bonk.
I don't know if she has actually killed anybody yet.
Yeah,
I don't know if she has.
that's fine.
She doesn't have to.
She does not have to tell you that much.
I'm so happy with how last session went with the use of lightning lure that I just think Jack has this lightning whip now that he's just tripping people and dragging them back, like, slow motion. You see him dragging their, like, hands through the mud, like, no. Like, it's like the second half of Tombstone when Kurt Russell goes nuts. Like,
Oh no.
Jeez.
lightning
Can't do
lure, such a
anything cool.
throwaway cantrip that's now cool.
It's beautiful.
Mm.
It's ruining these bandits' days. Kian, do you kill bandits in cool ways?
Probably. I feel like he'll mostly be following Madden's lead.
Mm.
So, however he can help.
Definitely plenty of opportunities to help over these.
I can't
Many
picture a
of
cool
these
way for
days.
him to. I don't know.
And you have that one that lights people up to make them easier to hit, don't you?
Yeah.
one
that
spell.
would probably
Guiding
be
bolt.
helpful.
Guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. I could also see your spiritual weapon being very cool, very interesting, just like swooping in scythe-like from across the battlefield, just chopping off like 3 bandits' heads
Jesus
in one
Christ.
go.
Yes.
I will say I think there's maybe one instance where like one of our crew catches like a bad hit from one of these bandits, and I
Mhm.
think the same way that Lamb instinctively went for the same spell with the bug dogs, um, Wither and Blooms, the bandit that like caught the party member off guard and just yanks some of that necrotic energy out of them, and pushes it into the person who just got hurt.
Nice.
I think that's about as bold as Lamb gets, but yes. I don't think that's even enough to like kill the guy. It probably knocks him unconscious, and then, Madden comes up and bashes him over
Yeah.
the head.
Mhm. Yeah. And so the days go by. You also see your very first cart going the other way. Like actual
Ooh.
people pass the other way. They have a ton of mercenaries around them to keep them safe.
Mm.
But there is one cart of traders that actually are heading back towards Amberwater.
They're so brave.
Wow.
I don't know if you can call it brave with how many people they hired to keep them safe, but
I
Yeah.
mean,
there is that.
Prepared.
Then after, gosh, many days.
How many days we talking?
Let's see. We got to day 6 was where we were.
Uh-huh.
We're getting all the way to day 11 of travel. You
All
all will
right.
finally see a real town coming into sight.
Not a bandit town or a
Not a
bandit
bandit
camp.
town, not like a little hamlet. This is a good sized town is coming into sight, and that's where we're going to stop with this on the horizon. And thank you all for joining us. We really appreciate you joining for our story. We'll be back in 2 weeks on the 20th for our next session. I will post a dice website link in chat in a half a second, but if you want to watch another story, you can join us on Mondays for On the Backs of Gods, where we're all having a great time with our downtime and going to enjoy our lives no matter what trauma we may be personally experiencing.
Hmm.
You can join us
Explicitly
for that.
to spite that trauma.
Yeah, just despite the trauma at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Same for us on every other Thursdays. And if you want to keep up with us, we are on Facebook and Instagram under the Dice Cold. We're on Blue Sky, maybe other places. I don't keep track. And if you want to check up on any of our past videos, you can go over to YouTube and watch those. I am going to post the dice before I forget. There we go. You can follow that for dice that I make that like to tell stories. But thank you all again. We hope to see you next time. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.